Tonight, we are learning horrific new details about Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell's crimes from one of the most outspoken survivors of their abuse. In her new posthumous memoir, Virginia Giuffre, who died by suicide earlier this year, recounts with gut-wrenching detail the emotional, the physical, and the sexual abuse that she suffered from the two convicted sex offenders, as well as others who were in their circle. This is what she writes in part. In my years with them, they lent me out to scores of wealthy, powerful people. I was habitually used and humiliated, and in some instances, choked, beaten, and bloodied. I believed that I might die a sex slave. Joining us now is Democratic Congressman Robert Garcia of California. He's the ranking member on the House Oversight Committee, and Jennifer Freeman is also with us, attorney for several survivors of Jeffrey Epstein's abuse and a special counsel at Marsh Law Firm.
Welcome to you both. Jennifer, I'm going to start with you on this one. This is, as Simone noted, very difficult, heart-wrenching, but it is Ms. Giuffre's testimony. It is her testament to what happened to her. What was your reaction when you started to read what she had to say? And is that in line with what your clients experienced as well?
What I took away from her book is Virginia Giuffre is a courageous, compelling, coalescing force for survivors. She brought them together in a way that no one else had before, and no one else had the bravery, the courage, the power to come forward and do that. I saw dramatically at the September 3rd press conference to try to get the files released, and I see it over and over again among the clients. I did ask some of the clients to what they thought, so I'd like to share those with you, if that's okay.
Please. Yes, please
Maria
do.
Farmer, these are all clients. Maria Farmer said Virginia was the wind I needed to push me forward. She dedicated her life to protecting teens. Juliet Bryant said her death broke our hearts. And Liz Stein said what made Virginia extraordinary was the courage she displayed in turning her pain into purpose. She exposed names, broke silences, and inspired countless survivors to reclaim our voices and speak our truth. Virginia's memoir is not only her personal story, it is also a reminder to us all of the unfinished work of justice. Truth by itself is not enough.
Let's talk about that unfinished work and some of the words, Congressman, that she put in the book. I'm still making my way through it, but there was an excerpt that stood out to me, and this is what she wrote about a well-known prime minister. For those of you at home, this is difficult to read, and it is graphic, so just fair warning. Just when I thought things couldn't get worse for me, they did, she wrote. Epstein trafficked me to a man who raped me more savagely than anyone had before. She claimed that the man wanted violence and that he allegedly choked her repeatedly until she lost consciousness. She said when she left the encounter, she was bleeding from her mouth, vagina, and anus. Giuffre recalled tearfully begging Epstein not to send her back to the prime minister, whose nationality was not specified, but Epstein didn't seem to care. I don't know if Epstein feared the man or if he owed him a favor, but he wouldn't make any promises, saying coldly of the politician's brutality, "You'll get that sometimes," she wrote. The fact that Virginia Giuffre was so brave, the fact that she was the wind in so many of these other survivor sails, and that even as she wrote this, she was too afraid to put a name to that prime minister, to that politician, that tells you something about the depths of power that we are talking about and the way it continues to play out, Congressman, in the obstruction that you're running into in your effort to actually seek remedy for these victims.
That's absolutely right. Obviously, that passage is just so hard to read and to listen to. And I just want to, again, just center not just Virginia, but just all of the survivors are so powerful in this moment, and we owe them so much for sharing their stories. And it's really been just particularly, and you think about these last few months, the way they've gathered together, sharing their stories, coming out to the public, going on news appearances. The bravery is something that I think is really driving and motivating so many of us. And I've had now a chance to talk to and speak with so many of these really powerful and incredible women. And I think one thing that's really clear, and you mentioned this in your comments, there are a lot of reasons why these men are not being named in some cases. And I think people need to understand that in many of these situations, these are very powerful people. There are safety concerns in other instances. There are legal issues in some other cases, which is why it is so important that we do everything that we can to bring justice for these survivors, which is what they are seeking. But also, there are millions of young girls and women that are watching right now what we are doing that need to be reinforced by their government and their country. That if they face abuse or if they face some of the horrific wrongs that have been done to these other women, that someone is actually going to stand for them, that someone's actually going to hold their abuser or their rapist accountable. And that's why in this moment, the idea that Donald Trump and Pam Bondi and so many others are protecting pedophiles, are protecting rapists, are protecting abusers is so dangerous. The Attorney General today and the President have the power to release all the files and allow us for our work to be continued and to get justice for these survivors. And why are they continuing to hide the facts?
The why is a very important question. Look, Jennifer, I think the congressman hits the nail on the head because the Epstein case was never only about one man or one woman. It was about the infrastructure that allows this to continue, the money, the access, the politics, the power to cover up for abusers and pedophiles, but also to silence the people who were victimized and to keep that accountability from coming forward. But I think every single time one of the survivors has spoken out, it has emboldened the efforts of Democrats like Robert Garcia. But I also don't think that they should have to speak out continuously for something to be done. Because the reality is there is enough there out there. Every time they speak out, it is also a personal thing for these women who have had to deal with this trauma. How do you balance this with your clients? Because a number of them are, they're very invested. They're all invested, I believe, in justice. But it seems as though the government is dragging their feet. Democrats on the Hill are trying to do what they can, and Thomas Massie, but it seems as though their voices are still going to be needed, maybe now more than ever.
That's some very good points. And it's such a burden on these survivors to make them carry this water repeatedly and ongoingly and for decades. I have two clients from the early 1990s. That's more than nearly 35 years ago. And to expect these women to continue to shoulder this burden without sufficient assistance it really is heartbreaking. And what they really want is some kind of accountability. And that accountability includes transparency, yes, release the files. It also includes growing the awareness, education. It includes punishment to not only the abusers themselves, but those who facilitated the abusers. And it also involves prevention, which the congressman was talking a little bit about. And that's important, too, whether it's statutory reform or a change in policies. These are all very important elements of accountability, and they all need to be paid attention to.